Hey everyone, this is Patricia, and I wanted to share with you how I'm going to use Martha's printables that she made for July for Cocoa Daisy. And here they are. I'm going to open those up. They're in PDF. And I'm going to select 300 DPI and import. I have a printer that will accommodate a 12 by 12 format, but if you didn't, in Silhouette you would change this to 8.5 by 11 and then work with it that way. But I'm going to go ahead and use up the whole sheet. Okay, I like to make printables into a Silhouette cut file, so that's what I'm doing. If I can get rid of this little thing that I don't need. There we go. Okay, so I don't want to just print these. I want to actually print them first on my home printer and then send them through Silhouette. So I open them in the Silhouette Studio and I come over here and click the Trace button, select the Trace area, take my mouse, click and drag, and I'm going to do one little section at a time. And sometimes you have to take even less. It just depends on the fickleness of sometimes the design, because you can see sometimes it doesn't surround the entire image. And if you click high pass, then come down here and bring up that threshold until you get the majority of the outline in yellow. This love may not make it, but we'll find out. I just want the outer edge. So I'm going to click outer edge. And I think it did it. Let me move these out the way. Yep. I have a full image there. So let me put that back. That's perfect. Now I want to do these two. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to click select trace area, click and drag. And what's nice is if you were to accidentally get a little bit of that, this moves. It lets you move it after you've clicked and drag. Okay, so I think this is pretty much all in yellow, but I do see some of that 4 and some of that 2. So let me uncheck high pass filter, bring up the threshold. It still may not do it, but I'm going to do a workaround if it doesn't, because I am not that advanced when it comes to Silhouette, and I'm sure there's different ways to do things, but this is the way that I would do it, or this is the way that I would figure out how to do it, is more like it. So let me undo all that, and what I'm going to do is just take one. Both of these cards are the same size, so in this one it was easier to get a complete traced outer image. So now what I'm going to do, move this a little out the way, click to select that little squared trace that we got. I'm going to click duplicate. On my keyboard it's Command D for a Mac, or you could do it up here, I believe, edit, duplicate, and I'm going to take that and drag that to the other one. I guess I should have done that first. Now I can drag this one here. Okay, so that is how I do my workaround. If there's a particular image that I just can't figure out, I'll make it work some kind of way. So you always can do that duplicate, or you can do a copy. Now I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do these. Click on check, high pass. Bring that up. Make sure I get yellow around that outer. Good to go. Trace the edge. I'm going to keep on going. Now I've got a little bit of that circle there maybe, but I'm not sure, so I'm going to bring that down. The same thing here, I can see that I have some of those labels. So I'm going to bring this down. Now uncheck high pass filter, bring that up, and trace outer edge. And I can see that it made a complete trace. Okay, let me keep on going. This really comes in handy for little things like circles. Sometimes circles I cannot cut out pretty enough. And check that. Bring this up and trace. Okay, so now before I can send this to the silhouette to cut, I need to print it. In order to print it, you need open registration marks, and I want to turn it on for Cameo Portrait. Okay, so now I have some of this in this area, and I'm going to move this out of the way of that because I need to have it within the area right there. So that will work right there. Now I can send that to print, but before you send it to print, especially with 12 by 12 format, because my printer will bounce to the 8.5 by 11, I want to make sure I have my settings right. And then I can send that to print. And it won't print all of this, but it'll print these two lines in the corner, and it'll print that square. So then when you're ready to send it through your silhouette, it will find those marks and cut out those. And now I wanted to show you some of the freebie images for July, and they're really cute. And you can also do a print and cut with these, and that's what I'm going to do. I really like this checklist, so I'm going to open that one up. I'm going to resize it. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to use it yet, but I might make it kind of small, fairly small. That's good. Okay, and I want to open up another image on top of this. So instead of doing open would just open up a separate new page, and I want this all on this one particular page right here. So I'm going to click on File, Merge, and then let me go grab another one. They're so cute. And of course you can add these to your photos, but I wanted to also do a print cut with these. Not sure how I'm going to use them, but I want to have them ready to use. I'm going to make this one about the same size as the checklist. And just like on the Panda 8 Printables, that 2014 July, this one with the flowers right here, it's not going to get that outline. So I'll probably have to do a copy just like I did for the other one. And we'll get to that. Let me open up. I want to get some of these flowers. You have to open one at a time. I have tried to open up more than one image at a time, and it won't let me. But if you tried it, you would realize it as well. It just will only let you do one at a time. Okay, so now I want to do the trace tool, and I'm going to trace area, and I'm going to grab this, select it, uncheck high pass, bring up that threshold. Oh, that's perfect. And trace outer edge. Now I know I won't be able to get a clean trace around this. So I'm going to do that duplicate again, and whoopsie, undo, and bring that, okay, hello, bring that over to this one. And I may have gotten that other image a little bit bigger, and I did, which is okay. I'll just make this a little bit smaller. There we go. Now I'm going to bring this one back. This is one thing that I do love about the silhouette, is it letting you do this. I'm going to go ahead and grab both of those. Because I don't mind fussy cutting, but if I can do something like this, it's so nice. So it's got both of those images perfectly. Yep. Love that. Okay. Now I want to do more of these flowers. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them, but I would like to have them on hand. Okay, let's see if I can get this to work. What I want to do, if it'll let me, is I want to take, alright, what I'm going to do is get this out the way maybe. Okay, I want to grab all of this, and I did the click and drag the mouse because I wanted the flower and the outline. And I'm going to do, click on this replicate window, and I want to replicate these to the right. So what I did is I was able to select the flower and the outline. So let me see if I can get these out the way a little bit so they don't interfere. Okay, now I want more of these. I'm going to drag my mouse from left to right, make sure I have everything selected. Now I'm going to duplicate these, let's see, below. And it didn't do it all, so I didn't have it all selected. So let me try that again. Come up higher, click and drag, duplicate below, and it did it. Okay. Now once they're all highlighted, so when I click, they all go with it. So now I want a little bit more, and I'm going to put those to the left. So let me duplicate to the left. Perfect. Okay, now let me grab these little guys and put these back here. Now, let me open up the registration marks. I'm probably going to have to change the placement of some of this. And again, I use a 12 by 12 format, so that's why I filled up the page. I want to use up as much of my space as I can. If you had the 8.5 by 11, use up your space that you have. Let me highlight these if it'll let me, and I can tell that it did not highlight all those. Nope. Alright. Let me get these little guys out the way. Okay. Try that again. Okay. Let me move all these down. Okay. Do that again. Okay. And then move these guys down. Alright. Work with me here. Try it from the right up. See if I got them all, and I can tell that I don't. Let me do these. Okay, that's good. And now let me try these again. Alright, perfect. Got it all within that little border area. So now I'm going to print these, but you know what? I am going to move this over just a little bit because I had actually done these earlier, and some of these flowers printed off the page. So let me scoot those over a bit. And let me scoot these over a bit. And see, I can tell that it didn't grab all of them. There we go. I think I got them. Move those over just a teeny bit. Okay, same thing, page, print page setup, and then I'll be ready to send these to the printer. And then after I send them to the printer, I want to load it on my sheet exactly the way it looks right here. And then you send both these, the little extra freebies, and the Panda 8s through the Silhouette